Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey, and today's reading should be a fun one, depending on your situation. But I wanted to do a fun reading of just, how is your person feeling about you right now? Now, what we're going to be covering are their thoughts about you, what they think about when they think about you, their feelings, their true, how they feel about you, and then lastly, their intentions towards you. Because sometimes these things can conflict. Maybe they feel love and passion towards you, but their thoughts are like, I can't have this, and this could go wrong, and this could go wrong. And then their intentions, despite their positive feelings, are, I'm not going to act on this because what if XYZ? So I want to give you like a full perspective of how they're thinking, feeling towards you, and also what are they planning on doing? Are they going to speak to you? Are they not speaking to you? Are they going to pursue you very quickly? Or, what's going on in this relationship? So today I have 3 different piles for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the dendritic agate, pile 2 with the crazy lace agate, and pile 3 with the, what is this called? It starts with an H, I think. It's the thing that like you wear it as like jewelry, it absorbs negative energy. Something... Hematite. Pile 3 is the hematite. What's funny is I actually asked ChatGPT this, and like I can just describe it and ChatGPT knows what it is. It's crazy what technology can do. But anyways, those are the piles that you have to choose from. There'll be timestamps down in the description box below so you can quickly jump to whichever reading that you want to listen to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, pile 1. If you chose the dendritic agate, then this is going to be the reading for you. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be going over your person's thoughts, feelings, and their intentions towards you. So I want to start off with their thoughts, and what I can tell off the bat is this person is very conflicted when it comes to you. Because their thoughts, you have these 2 polar opposite cards, where you have the Knight of Swords reversed, which is the Knight of Swords, when it's upright, it's supposed to be all about quick action, decisive movement, like, I see what I want and I go after it. But with it showing up reversed here, it's like the opposite of that. They're not acting on their feelings. They're not moving towards you. They're not taking action. They're not speaking to you. They're not being honest about how they actually feel. But it's directly clarified by the Fool, which is supposed to be that energy of just taking that leap of faith, just going after it, carefree, like, when you look at the Fool card, this is all about like just jumping in head first, going after what you want. And so I think what this person thinks about is they're actually flip-flopping back and forth relatively frequently about like, should I go after them? Should I not? They're thinking like, no, I can't because XYZ. I think there's a logical side of them that is telling them all the reasons why it would be a bad idea to go after you, why it would be a bad idea to be with you. Maybe you guys are exes, and maybe they're going through this mix of like looking at things with rose-tinted glasses and being like, oh, remember like all those good times, or think about how good it could be if we were together. But then they flip back to the logical side that's like, well, remember all the things that happened that were bad. Or maybe if you're not exes, maybe it's a situation where there's some reason why they're holding back from you. This is one option that came to mind, is maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe they're in a relationship, or maybe they're talking to other people, and it's kind of this situation where they think about how nice it would be to be together. They're like, oh, what if I just took that leap of faith? But then there's the other side of them that's holding themselves back. I know that's a pretty extreme option. I'm not going to say that I necessarily support those actions, but everybody's journey is their own. But that is kind of like an analogy that came up of this person is flip-flopping back and forth between the logical side, which is telling them not to take action towards you, and then the feeling side of them that's like, I want to take action. I want to go after them. It's like, what's interesting about the Fool card, which is the card about like taking that leap of faith and just going after it, diving in head first, is the Fool card is also can be seen as the more immature side of things. The Fool is literally called the Fool. And so there's this logical side of them telling them not to. It's like the parent inside of them that's saying, this is a bad idea, don't do it. But then there's the childlike side of them that's like, oh, but look at how happy we could be. Look at all this good that could come out of it, and I want this. And so they're really divided between their instincts and their feelings and like that base level desire versus what their head is telling them. And now getting into how they feel about you, they feel intensely so. Because you have the Tower card, and this is a very intense card. I think that this person is very passionate about you. I'm trying to describe it. If you don't know tarot, the Tower is like upheaval. You uproot them, you upheave them. And by that I mean you have such a control over them. It's like a hurricane hitting a house. And I don't know how else to describe it other than giving the analogy of like a hurricane hitting a house. Like you knock them over completely. You knocked the wind out of them. I don't know if love is necessarily the right word because this is a general reading. It's meant for multiple people. But I get the sense that there's a deep level of passion, desire, strong infatuation. They feel intensely for you. Like, I don't have the words to describe it. It's almost like a primal, like, I can only come up with examples. Like, when I'm using my intuition to view these cards, I'm picturing images. Like I said, like the house being knocked over by a hurricane. You're the hurricane, you are uprooting them. Like, they feel so strongly, it's like being knocked over. It's difficult to explain. It's like a feeling rather than, like I said, rather than the logical side, like how they feel about you is just deep passion and attraction and desire and want. And it's like, it's primal is like the only feeling I can describe it as. But it's so intense. I think if they could, they would go after you. But for some reason, there is something holding them back. Like I said, I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe you guys are exes, like I said, or maybe they have a partner. Or maybe there's, I don't know, maybe it's like a Romeo and Juliet situation where your families would not support it happening. Maybe this is like a same-sex relationship and they're not out to their family. And so that's a reason why they would feel like they can't go after you. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of conflict of interest. But whatever it is, it's like the fact that you two are being held apart or the fact that they are holding themselves back makes them want you even more. Which is like just driving them up the wall because it's like a catch-22. They can't have you, so they want you more. They can't have you, so they want you more. And with the Four of Pentacles reversed, it almost feels like there's a side of them that wants to stop feeling this way, but then there's another part of them that is addicted to it. And like I said, there's this juxtaposition within them. There's this logical side and this primal side, the side that wants and the side that is telling them they can't. There's the part of them that kind of, they know it's in their best interest to not feel this way for you because a part of them thinks like nothing can come out of this. Like the logical side knows that this is not a relationship that would end well, or this is not a relationship that can happen for some reason. In their mind, this relationship is like a closed door. Or it's not even a door, it's just a wall. Like, there is no going into this. They know for a matter of fact that they can't go after you for some reason. Whatever reason it is, the logical side of them is not willing to go after you. But then there's the other side of them that is addicted to you. Like, and I don't say addicted lightly. Like, I feel this, I don't know how to explain it. It's like bottled up energy that wants to be released but can't be released. And so they're stuck because the logical side of them knows that it's in their best interest to move on, to stop feeling this way. But then there's the other side of them that's addicted to feeling this way. Addicted to checking you out or fantasizing about what things could be like together, or just addicted to being in your presence. I think this person is addicted to you, for lack of a better term. Like, I feel that intensely in this reading. But for some reason, they can't have you, and it's just driving them up the wall. Like, I see them in the car, like, just screaming to song lyrics that mirror this situation. And it's like, they don't know an outlet for this energy that they have. And it's driving them crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy just trying to explain the reading. And I don't know if you can hear that in my voice. I'm sure you can. I don't usually talk like this in the readings, but it's just, I don't know what to do with myself. You can see it with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. But lastly, their intentions towards you. I've already talked about how they're basically at war with themselves. They feel a certain way, but they know they shouldn't feel that way. They know they shouldn't act on it. Their actual intentions towards you you have the Five of Swords reversed and the Two of Pentacles. What I see for this is, in their mind, no matter what they decide, whether it's walking away from you or walking towards you, in their mind it is a lose-lose situation. But even though both sides are a lose-lose situation, it's like even though you get that primal desire fulfilled, there's bad consequences. Or maybe you do walk away and you know that that's the best option, but then that desire you have is still just festering and there's nothing that you can do about it. That's the lose-lose situation that they're in. Even though they're stuck in this situation, they know they're stuck in this situation, they're caught in this limbo where they can't move on. They're stuck at this crossroads, and it's like they're dancing in the middle of the intersection. Like, I don't know how else to explain it other than they're just going to be stuck in this space. And it's simultaneously driving them crazy, but I think a part of them actually enjoys it. Because like I said, it's an addiction. You're a drug. Even if maybe it's just window shopping and staring at the drug, but not actually taking it, it's like they're caught in your orbit and they can't stop wanting to be near you or wanting to interact with you or wanting to look at your pictures online or wanting to talk to other people about you or whatever it is. They can't get out of this. And they, like I said, they're flip-flopping between the logical side that hates feeling this way and then the other side that just wants to like immerse themselves fully in it. So what I gotta say is it looks like there is something that is really holding them back. I think if you gave them a chance, there's a very high likelihood that they would fold. But then there's also a high likelihood that they would push you away because this logical side, as strong as that primal side is, the logical side is just as strong. And I really get the sense that they don't want to give into it, but at the same time, like I said, they're stuck. So that's what I see for you. I don't know how satisfying of an answer that is, because I guess if you're on the other end and you're like, well, I want a relationship with this person, it looks like this person is really conflicted for some reason. And I'm sure you know that answer since it's specific to you, but I hope at the very least this could bring you some clarity, because I suspect this person is probably behaving really weirdly. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they were being very hot and cold with you. Some days they're really giddy and excited to see you, or sometimes they reach out to try to talk to you, and then other sides it's like radio silence, or they're not interacting, or they seem really cold and weird. This is probably why. It's because there's the logical side of them and the primal side of them that's flip-flopping back and forth. But yeah, that's everything that I have. I hope at the very least this was entertaining and brought you some clarity, but that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 2. Ugh. Okay, as I was getting your cards out, I was joking and like laughing with myself because the cards were funny in the beginning, but as I got further down, it just kind of like made me a little sad for your person, because I mean, I'll get into why it's sad, but like bottom of the deck energy is the Ten of Swords, which is like heartbreak and like sadness and depression. And I think that speaks to they actually have a lot deeper feelings for you. Whereas when I saw this other stuff, like I feel like surface level, you wouldn't expect how deeply they actually feel for you because they're good at hiding it. But anyways, that's just me rambling. Let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said at the beginning, we're going to go over their thoughts, like how they think of, what do they think about when they think about you, how they actually feel about you, and what are their intentions towards you, how are they actually going to act towards you. So starting off with their thoughts, this is the thing that I was laughing about. So I get the sense for a lot of you that you're probably friends with this person, or at least have, I wouldn't say surface level relationship, because some of you could be like very good friends with this person, like best friends. I get the sense that you guys are pretty close, or if you're not super close, like I said, surface level, but definitely friendship. I know that sounds kind of complicated, but anyways, what I get from how they think about you is with the High Priestess, man, I'm like stumbling over my words, which I was not doing at all in pile 1. Maybe you make this person really nervous. Like, I feel like my palms are also kind of sweaty. TMI. I think you actually do make this person really nervous, because I just got that feeling when I said that, and like, like the feeling's actually washing over me right now. It's like, They want to like laugh and oh, why do I feel like I don't know what to say? It's really weird. I really enjoy it when I channel emotions, especially positive ones, because usually the emotions that I channel in readings are like I start crying. But in this sense, it's like I'm getting butterflies in my heart. Like, you know when people say they get butterflies in their stomach, like I get that, but it's like in my heart and above my heart. I just like ooh, and I feel like I want to shiver. Like, you know how you shiver when you're really excited, like you have so much energy? I think this person is so in love is a very strong word, but you make this person very lovey-dovey. For lack of a better term. I don't know how long you've known this person. I don't know if the L word is going to freak you out, but this person really likes you and you make them really nervous and it's actually really cute. They really like you. It's a very sweet energy that I'm getting, but also not so sweet. We're gonna get into that. Like I said, High Priestess reversed. They don't know how you feel about them. I think, like I said, if you're friends, they know you feel somewhat positively towards them, or else you wouldn't be friends. But on a deeper, like romantic level, them being in the dark about how you feel about them makes them very uncertain and therefore makes them not want to act on their feelings. To give you some more context about who this person might be, I really get like boyish energy, though it doesn't necessarily need to be a boy. I get somebody that, honestly, if you're a girl in a friendship with a guy, as I have been before multiple times, you know when they're into you. So I wouldn't be surprised if you know exactly who this is, but I definitely get the sense that this is like somebody that you're friends with, somebody that like you'll know who it is if they're going out of their way to like talk to you. I think this person also has the energy of like a jokester, like class clown kind of. Not saying you have to be in school, but it's kind of the person that goes out of their way to be like super funny and like they are pretty funny. Like I think they feel like you'll like them more if they can make you laugh. And not even just in a romantic way, but like they just want to be in your presence. I think they think you're really cool. And they feel like the more that they can make you laugh, the more useful they are to you. And therefore, the more that you'll keep them around. And it's kind of like a sad thing. Maybe it's on some level a defense mechanism, but it could also just be like their personality. But I think, like I said, with the High Priestess reversed, they don't know how you truly feel about them. And that makes them very uncertain. But like I said, the kind of funny part is you have the Ace of Wands. And I don't know how well you know tarot, but the Ace of Wands does, well, I mean, you can look at it and you can kind of see for yourself. I think they fantasize about you pretty often. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. If you look at this card, let me hold it up for you. You can see why people might take this image in a bit of a sexual way. It usually has to talk about, self fun time, for lack of a better term. I'm trying to keep things PG so YouTube doesn't take this down. But this person is definitely very into you, very attracted to you. And yeah, I mean, not much more to say about that. They fiddle their diddle. Should probably cut that out. Anyways, moving on to how they feel about you. With the Page of Wands, this is definitely somebody that likes to be in your space. They like to be around you. They like to hang out with you. I think they're also just very interested in getting to know you. I think they think that you're a very interesting person. They love to just listen. Honestly, you could just talk about like your day or read a dictionary and this person would be like enraptured. Like I think this person they really love everything about you. They love listening to you speak. They love listening to you talk about the things that you're interested in. Like, if you have certain passions and you talk about them, I just see this person being so, just like, they want to hear more. And they're so interested and they want to ask you questions like, oh, how'd you get into this? And like, tell me about your childhood or tell me about your hopes and your dreams and like, where do you see your future? And they're just so interested and I just get this warm, like they love to be around you. They love talking to you. They're also, I mean, they're just super attracted to you. They're super into you. And they also just genuinely really like you, like as a person, as a friend. And I think that's also another reason why they're really scared to tell you how they truly feel or to act on these feelings is because they don't want to ruin that. I think they would go so far as to call you like their best friend. They don't want to ruin that relationship or make things weird, or the last thing that they want to do is lose you. Even if it means that they can't be with you in a romantic way, it's like they're willing to sacrifice that just to have you in their life because they really care about you that deeply. But with this Page of Wands being clarified by Strength reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, they think that you are so out of their league. They think that you are just so radiant. Like the word radiant comes to mind. They think you are the most beautiful person they've ever laid their eyes on. They are so enraptured. Like that's the word that I'm gravitating towards, is enraptured and radiant. But the sad thing about it with the Queen of Wands reversed is they think that you're so far out of their league, like that you don't even look in their direction. They think like there's no way that you could be into them. There's no way that you would even look their way. And not in like a, oh, woe is me kind of way, but like in a genuinely like, if somebody told them that you were into them, they'd be like, you're pranking me. And they genuinely wouldn't believe it because they're like, there's no way. And like, I feel like with Strength reversed, they have so little hope and confidence that you would ever be interested in them. That's where I said like this sad kind of energy came in. And there's that Ten of Swords that like, they're really just super sad about it because yeah, you're their best friend and yeah, they care about you, they love you, they want to be around you, but they're also like deeply in love with you. And I know that, like I said, it's a strong word, but I genuinely get it with this pile. Like I get that energy of they are so heartbroken by the fact that they truly believe they have no chance with you. They truly believe like that it could never happen. Because I don't know, maybe you've talked about crushes that you've had on other people, and then they look at those people and then they compare that person to them, and they're like, oh, I don't look like that person. I'm not 6 feet tall and super muscular. Or if it's a girl, they're like, I'm not a cheerleader. I don't look like that. I don't have the toned stomach and the pretty hair and pretty eyes. And they just kind of look at that and they're like, yeah, there's no way that pile 2 would be into me. It was kind of sad. I mean, it's really sad. I feel quite bad for this person because they seem like a genuinely sweet person that really cares about you. But at the same time, like, if you're not into them, you're just not into them. Or if you are into them, then one of you should speak up and get married already because this seems like a wonderful relationship. But that's just my opinion. And anyways, moving on to their intentions towards you. You have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords reversed. So what these cards tell me, especially the Two of Swords reversed, like I said, is so long as they don't know how you feel about them, they're not going to do anything about it because they're scared of ruining the relationship, ruining things. But I think with the Two of Pentacles, like they go back and forth in their mind and think about like, what would happen if I told them how I felt? What would happen if I told them that I am into them in this way? What would they think if I asked them out on a date? And I think, like I said, they fantasize about you, but I think they also fantasize about you in like more simple ways where it's like imagining the two of you going out on a date, or imagining that feeling of elation that they would have if you said yes, you are interested. Or they imagine, you know, I don't know what age you are, but like imagining asking you to prom and you actually say yes. And it's like they let themselves fantasize for a little bit about what it could be like. And then that kind of like gets their hopes up and makes them want to ask you or makes them want to confess to you. But then there's the other side of them that's like, absolutely not. I'm not going to tell them anything. And it's like, I think bottom line, their intentions towards you is this person's probably not going to be making a move unless they know exactly how you feel, because they are terrified of rejection, especially being rejected by you, who in their minds is like a god or goddess. In their mind is gorgeous and perfect and so out of their league. But yeah, that's what I see for them. You know, it was funny in the beginning when it was like lighthearted. It's like, hey, they're fiddling their diddle. But now it's like, oh, this person is so heartbroken. Ugh, breaks my heart. But I wish the best for them. And if you are not interested, then I hope that both of you find love in your own ways. Or if you are interested, then I am shipping the two of you and hoping that you get together in the cutest way possible. But yeah, that is everything that I have for you, pile 2. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that at the very least it brought you some clarity on your situation and how this person's feeling about you. But that is everything that I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, pile 3. If you chose the hematite, then this is going to be the reading for you. And like I said in the beginning, we're going to be going over how this person feels about you, what they think about when they think about you, and finally, their intentions. What are they planning on acting on? Are they going to be doing anything or doing nothing? So getting into it, starting off with what they think about when they think about you. You have the 6 of Cups reversed and the 6 of Wands. And what I'm seeing for this is I feel like this is somebody that could be an ex, or somebody that you may have had like a fling with in the past, or somebody that you knew when you were younger and like there was something, some weird tension that went on between the two of you, but nothing ever happened with it. And what I get from them, I specifically want to lean on the example of you two being exes because I feel like that's the most consistent energy I'm seeing in here. What I see with the 6 of Wands is how they're feeling about you right now, or at least what they think about and what their intentions are. It all kind of surrounds ego and their personal confidence and them coming out on top. And what I mean by this is, like I said, I feel like something happened in the past that like broke their heart. They are not looking back on it super fondly, but they still have fond emotions towards you, or they're still interested in you for some reason. I just got the picture in my mind of like a fish on a fish hook. They are the fish, and you are like, they never fully got over you. Like, they're still on the line. They are always, I think they continued to think about you, even if the two of you were in separation, or no contact, or maybe just didn't interact for a long time. They never got off that line. They were still on, they were still thinking about you, still fantasizing about you. They still felt this connection. I don't know if you guys have some sort of soul tie, whether it be twin flame or soulmate, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in. It definitely feels like there's something deeper, and that's what kept them on that metaphorical line, is some sort of soul tie that they felt in their heart. Maybe they dreamed about you when they would go to sleep, and it's like they couldn't really escape, or they kept hearing your name, or they kept seeing pictures of you popping up, or mentions of you. It's like the universe is just like won't let them get you out of their mind. And I think, like I said, something happened where they really felt like they got the short end of the stick. Is that how that saying goes? For some reason, I just get this energy that they were really heartbroken, and it made them go into their villain era. And that's why their ego is so involved. Is like they don't want to be the one drawing the short stick. They don't want to be the one that ends up on the bottom. They want to be on top. Take that how you will. But yeah, with the 6 of Wands, I feel like their confidence and their ego is really at the forefront of how they're acting. And I'm going to get more into the details as we get into their feelings and their intentions. But it's like when they think about you, they think about the past and they think about what went wrong that made them feel so badly. And they think about how they want to be on top. They want to be the one that wins, for lack of a better term. I think win is the best term I could use because their ego is really at the forefront. Like, yeah, there might be some positive emotions that are still there. There might be some genuine love and emotion that's still there. But the thing that's really steering the ship is they want to win. They want to be the one that is not left in the dust. They want to be the one that makes the other person cry, not vice versa. Now, as I say that, I don't think that they're approaching you with the intention of fighting and crying, but it's like there's definitely this wall up of not fully letting you back in or not fully letting them fall for you. Like, I feel like they'd definitely be the type to play games, or they'd definitely be the type to keep a roster. If you don't know what a roster is, it's like when a person has multiple people that they're talking to, like they're not fully committed to one person. That would be this person, because their ego needs to be on top. It's like, ugh, okay, things didn't work out with you, that's fine. I got 5 other bitches over here I can still talk to. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Anyways, moving on to how they feel about you. What you have here is interesting, because with the 9 of Swords reversed, I'm going to start with this one, they, excuse me, they felt very heartbroken for a very long time. I think they might not have shown it, but they cried over you a ton for a long time, like an extended period of time, like way longer than they would admit they were heartbroken over you. But with it being reversed, it makes me think like they kind of came out of that and were no longer feeling that strong heartbreak. And now there's just this side of them that's really interested and curious about like, what's pile 3 up to? Like, I wonder what they're doing in life now. Like, I wonder what they look like. And like, the more that they delve into that, the more they want to reconnect with you, or they're like, hey, how you doing? It's been a while. You want to like go get some drinks? And it's like, there's that tug. Like I said, they're never fully off that line. They still are being reeled in. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, except that they were super heartbroken, but now that they've kind of gotten over it, it's almost like they're like, what if I just gave it another shot? Like, what if I just hit them up just to see what happens? And like, I don't think they're being fully honest with themselves about how deeply they feel or like what they truly want. I just get the sense in general that this person is not super introspective. This person is not super in tune with their inner motivations, if that makes sense. Like, they just feel a certain way and they just go with the flow. Like, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. They lack a high level of emotional intelligence, if that makes sense. I'm not calling them stupid. I just think they really just go based on how they're feeling at the current moment. They haven't introspected super deeply about like, why am I actually reaching out to this person? How do I truly feel? Like, why do I feel the need to put up this front? Why am I acting from a place of ego? I don't think they notice all that. I think they just kind of do, if that makes sense. And so like Page of Swords, how they're feeling, I think they're feeling just really curious and drawn to you, and like they want to know more, they want to reconnect. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they were reaching back out to you or appearing in your life more often. I don't know your exact situation, but for example, I don't know what age you are, but like let's say that you were in school together. Maybe for like a whole year they completely avoided you, but then out of the blue it's like they're making conversation with you again, and they're like stopping by your lunch table or like offering to drive you home, and it's like, this is weird, this is out of the blue, like we haven't talked in a really long time and now you're here. And it's like they're just going with how they're feeling. And right now they're feeling interested in getting to know you. And it sounds like a trap to me, but whatever. And so anyways, moving on to, what is this again? Their intentions towards you. So what are they actually going to be doing? What I see here is them playing games. Because the Seven of Swords, if you don't know about tarot, this card literally symbolizes trickery, literally, quote unquote, playing games, like going behind your back, deceit, lying. So some ways that this could manifest is, let's say you start talking again, romantically. They're playing like hot and cold. They're super interested in getting to meet you one minute, and then the next they like don't respond for 5 days. Or like they seem really committed or super interested in getting to know you, but then you find out that they were going on a date with somebody else. Weird stuff like that, where it's just like trickery and like deceitful, and it's like, or if it's not that, it's like them not fully showing their hand. And by that I mean like putting up a front of seeming more confident than they actually are, seeming not as interested as they actually are. Like, you can't see my posture right now, but for some reason I'm like crossing my arms and my legs and like puffing out my chest a little bit. And it's like, puffing out your chest is supposed to be confident, but why are you protecting your whole body by like crossing every single limb? Like, they're not showing who they really are and how they truly feel. So their intentions towards you is like, they're interested, they might be reaching out, they might be trying to get closer, they might be trying to talk to you, but it's not like they're being super honest. I think they probably have other people they're talking to, or they might be really hot and cold, or they might be weird. They're playing games is the perfect way I could phrase it. This person's playing games, and they're doing it because their ego is bruised and they don't want to get hurt, but they don't even realize that. They're just like, I'm gonna be this confident, cool, nonchalant person that I don't need to respond right away. I'm just not gonna respond for 5 days. Oh, sorry, I was busy, blah, 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 whatever. Anyways, but what I think is interesting is, what word do I usually use? I keep blanking on the words that I use. I don't know why. The card that's connected to the Seven of Swords is the Eight of Swords. And this is interesting because their intentions towards you is like playing games and stuff like that, but just underneath that surface level is they are actually still not fully recovered from the heartbreak like they think they are. Like maybe they're no longer crying over you, maybe they're no longer like woe is me and like listening to sad music and thinking about you all the time, but there's still this like deep hurt, and I think that's another reason why they're so drawn to you, is because they want back what you had. And I don't even know what you had, but it's like like I said, they were never fully off the line. They were always still hooked onto you. They were always still connected to you. And they keep getting drawn back in, and they're not fully recovered. I think the words that just came to mind is like, you own a piece of their heart. And they don't know that. They don't understand why they're still drawn to you, but they are. And something I got from this bottom of the deck energy with the Emperor is like, this is take 2 for them, and this time around, they feel like they need to be in charge. They're the person that's calling the shots, and by that I mean playing games. They want to be the one leading you around, but at the end of the day, it's like a fish trying to lead around the fishing rod. It's like, you're still the one that's hooked on. It doesn't matter how many games you play or, how far you drag the line out, like, you're still, at the end of the day, the one that's on the hook. And I think that's them. Like, they want to be the one in charge. They want to be the one that's breaking your heart. They want to be the one that's coming out on top, that's all confident, the one that wins. But at the end of the day, they're still heartbroken from the first defeat. I guess that's how they view it in their mind, is like defeat and wins. Which is not how you should view relationships, but I think that really speaks to a bruised ego on their part, which I'm not going to get super in detail on. I'm sure I could go on and on about this person and their psychology, but I just won't do that in this reading. If you are interested in private readings, I do provide those, link down below. Shameless little plug. But that is everything that I see for this person. It's weird. There's like this interest and like seeming like they want to talk to you, they want to be around you, but then playing hot and cold. And I think, like I said, it all ties back into ego. I think they want to be with you, but they don't even fully understand why they want to be with you. They're just simultaneously still heartbroken, but also drawn to you. It's weird. They're weird, and I think the reason I can't understand it is because they don't even fully understand it themselves. And I think that speaks to emotional intelligence. But that is where I'll leave that. That's everything that I have for you. I hope that this brought you some clarity on your situation. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.